Okay, so we're going to start with 1B now. I'm going to explain present simple. Present simple. So as you can see on the screen, we have got a very structured explanation from my point of view. So we have got here a table explaining present simple. So we got here plus. Plus, it means positive sentence. And we got here minus, it means negative sentence. And we got here question. And how present simple looks like when we want to use it with these subject pronouns like I, you, we, they. And then the second side of the table is he, she, it, how it looks like. Okay. First of all, present simple, how we use it or when we use it. Present simple, as you can see, we use present simple for things we do every day or every week or every year. Is the first thing. So the routine activities, right? We use present simple for routine activities. And the thing, or which are generally true information. So general information or generally true facts or something always happen. Or in other books, we say scientific facts. When we talk about scientific facts, we also use present simple. Okay, so this is the function of present simple. The present simple is tense, one of the tenses. Right? So we've got present tense and it has got 4 forms. Present tense, it has got 4 forms and the first form is present simple. Okay? Now, I, you, we, they, if I want to make a positive sentence, so I say I work at home. You see? I work. So we use the present simple form of the verb. I work. If I want to make negative, we use don't leave or don't work. Like I work, I don't work. My parents, which is they. My parents, it means they. Plural form. Don't leave. Or if I want to make positive, my parents leave near here. My parents don't leave near here. And if I want to make question, present simple, right? So I'm going to use auxiliary verb called do. And obviously we learned this in the level 2 elementary, so we're just kind of revising it here. So do, we use do and then we put it before subject, like you, I, you, we, they, we use it as subject. So do you speak? Do you speak French? Okay, so we need to make sure after do, when I say do, we use infinitive. Do you speak French? And then the answer, as you can say, yes, I do, if it's a positive answer, or if it's a negative answer, no, I don't. Okay, so this is for I, you, we, they. Now, what about he, she, it? So in present simple, when it's he or she or it, the subject, there will be a little bit change. And what is that change? For positive sentence, we add s or es. S or es to the verb for present simple, like he works, she works, it works. Like my brother is he, that's why my brother. So he works in the city center. Negative, we use doesn't. For I, you, we, they, it's don't. If it's he, she, it, we use doesn't. So like it doesn't often rain here. Like, for example, my brother works in the city center. If I want to make negative, my brother doesn't work. This S, you have to remove it. When I say doesn't, I must use infinitive only. Works is not infinitive. So, for example, negative. So my brother doesn't work. Look, I'm not saying works. If I put works, it's wrong. That is wrong. So we're going to put it back, like doesn't work. My brother doesn't work in the city center. You see, guys? The we're using doesn't work. If I want to make question, does he like pop music? So look here, for you, I'm using do. But if it's he or she, it, we use does. Does he like pop music? So like I'm asking, see, general information. I am asking a general information, or like we also say habit. When I want to talk about, or when I want to ask about habits, something that you are used to it. You do it again and again. Habits. We use present simple. So does he like pop music? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Okay. So that's done. Now, this part, this table is about spelling. So when we use he, she, it, as I said, the verb takes S or ES. So here there are some small rules. For example, verbs like work, right? Work, or for example, sleep, for example, sleep, or play, work, play, sleep. We're just going to add S, like he works, he plays, he sleeps. There are some verbs, they end with Y. They end with Y, study, for example. Or we can also say tidy. Tidy, right? Tidy. So when I want to add ES, for example, he tidies, or she tidies, she studies. So I should change Y into I and then add ES, tidies, right? Like study also, Y is changing to I, guys. Consonant Y changes to I and then ES. What about the verbs ending with SH, SH, or CH, or S, or SH, or X? For example, watch, it's for CH, right? Or miss, for ending with S. Or finish, we saw it, like, or fix, for example, fix. If I want to add ES to that, it will be ES, because we can't say S only, ES. So we should add ES to them, guys. Again, why? Because they are ending, the verb is ending with CH, S, SH, and X. Okay. Now, if it's go, goes, do, does, we just add ES. Go becomes goes, he goes, she goes, or he does, she does. Have becomes has. So he has, she has. I have, we have, you have, they have. I have, you have, we have, they have. If it's he has. She has. It has. Okay. Now, the second part of this topic, adverbs and expressions of frequency. So when we use present simple, we use adverbs and expressions of frequency. So frequency, it means how often. So when you want to answer the question of how often, we call them frequency, guys. Maybe like 2 times a week, 3 times a week, often, usually, right? So the examples are given here. We got always, often, sometimes, usually, hardly ever, and never. They are adverbs of frequency. So we're going to get adverbs of frequency, right? Maybe I can change the color. Adverbs of frequency. Okay. Now we have got expressions of frequency. So what is adverb and what is expression? So adverb, when we say adverb, we mean one word, like always, one word, often one word, sometimes one word. Hardly ever, there are 2 words, but we consider as like one meaning. So hardly ever, this is exception. Expressions, that means they consist of 2 or 3 words, like every day, every day, every day, look at that, or once a week. etc, it means etc, and so on, etc. So etc, it means etc, guys, etc. Or another meaning, so on. When you want to give more example, etc. So like once a week, once a month, once a year. or twice a week, twice a month, twice a year. So because this frequency, they have got 2-3 words in them, we say expressions. So now how are we going to use them? The position. Where are the positions of these words? Right. So now adverbs of frequency, like always, often, sometimes, usually, hardly ever, and never. There are 2 ways to understand. If it's main verb, if it's main verb, guys, like here, main verb, then they come before main verb. They come before main verb. For example, look here, usually work. So work is the main verb. So usually I'm putting before main verb, right? Like often rain. Rain is verb, main verb, often. Or like go out is a verb. So often, adverb of frequency. Study is the verb, usually adverb of frequency. All right. Now, what about if it's verb be? If it's verb be, then we use after. So verb be, obviously, it has got 3 forms. Am, is, and are. So when we have am, is, are in our sentence, instead of main verb, we use frequency, adverbs of frequency after that. Like here, look, I am never. So never is coming after am. Or he is always. Always, this never, always, they are adverb of frequency. We're using it after am, is, are, or after be. Like she is never ill. Now, what about expressions of frequency? As you can see, we usually they go at the end of the sentence. Like every day. Look, at the end. We're putting at the end, every day. She gets up early every day. Or we have English classes twice a week. You see, that's the position. We can also, it's not written here. If I want, we can put at the beginning as well if I want. Like every day she gets up early, or twice a week we have English classes. I can put it here as well at the beginning. But the normal position, normal place for expressions of expressions of frequency, they are at the end of the sentence, guys. And that's it. Now we're going to move to exercise part of it. Exercise. If something is not very clear, you can stop the video and you can, go back and you can watch it again. And I hope it will be very clear after that. So now I'm going to go to the exercise side. And the next page, 1B, you should be able to see these exercises. This relates to 1B topic, present simple. So we're going to tackle A, write sentences and questions with present simple. If it's plus, it means positive. Look, he usually get up late. So if I want to make proper sentence, he usually gets, because I'm using he here. So get becomes gets up late. Gets. Where did I get this? Here's a problem rule here. He, she, it works. Look, we're adding s. That's why the same rule will apply. So Anna like music. So Anna is she, guys. And that's a question here. Question. So now Anna is she. So when I want to go he, she, it, if I want to make question, as you can see, here's a question. I'm using does. Does he. So instead of he, I use Anna. So does Anna like music? Right? So we'll write it down. Does Anna like? Not likes, guys. If you put likes, it will be a mistake. Don't put likes. After do and does, we use infinitive only. Does Anna like music? And question mark. Right. Number 2 is a plus sign, plus. So that's a positive sentence. My sister is obviously she here, right? My sister means she. So we're going to use here, as you can see, have for he, she, it, has. So my sister has a lot of hobbies. My sister has a lot of hobbies. Writing. When you want to learn, when you learn this grammar, writing is very important, guys. When you write, you learn better. So don't be lazy. Write it. Write it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a lot. I get 10 questions here, 10 questions here. It's not a lot. So my sister has a lot of hobbies. All right. Number 3 is negative. So I don't get on. So I don't get on. I don't get on very well. Very well. And then with my parents. The rest will be same. I don't get on very well with my parents. Number 4, my brother, as you can see here, plus. So study. My brother is he. So my brother studies English at university. My brother. So study D. Why I change to I and then ES. Studies English at university, right? University. So we can make it like this. Yes, that's better. My brother studies English at university. And number 5. Number 5 is negative. It's a minus sign here, minus. So my neighbors, so the plural, it's a they. My neighbors is a plural, so it will be they don't have any children. So number 5, my neighbors don't have. The rest is same. My neighbors don't have any children, right? Number 6 is question. What time the film start? So the film is the subject here. So the film is it, singular. So that means we're going to use does. Question word always, obviously, we're going to put first. So what time does the film start? That's it. And then we got here plus sign, positive sentence. He goes, as you can see here, goes and does. He and she, it. If it's I, you, we, they, I go or I do. But if it's he, she, it, goes or does. So goes. When it goes here, he goes out. He goes out twice a week. Great. We, negative, often talk. So we don't often talk. Often, adverb of frequency should come before verb all the time. So we don't. We don't often talk about politics. Number 9 is question. So we've got how often is a question word. How often? It's a you. So if it's you, we say do. We use do as auxiliary verb. So how often do you see? How often do you see your brother? How often do you see your brother? And last one is number 10, negative. Sally. Sally is girl, she. So for she, we use doesn't, negative. So Sally doesn't go on. Sally doesn't go on Facebook. Facebook very much. Sally doesn't go on Facebook very much. That's it. So A part is done. Now we're going to tackle B part. Exercise B here. It's asking us to put the words in the correct order. Put the words in the correct order. Okay, we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some space here so that we can write our answers on the left side. Okay. Okay, so we're good, I think. The first one, always before go, I bet 11 too. So that means I, obviously the first, what we call it, subject. So I, now here, go, but there's always. So always is frequency adverb and it comes before verb, we said, right? So I always go. I always go. And then we got here, bed. So I always go to bed. I always go to bed before 11, all right? Before 11. That's it. Number 2. Number 2 says what? Ever, her, Kate sees family hardly. So obviously Kate is the subject here. Kate. So ever and hard, it will be hardly ever. We took it. I mean, we saw this adverb of frequency, right? So Kate hardly ever, and obviously it comes before verb. So we're gonna write hardly ever sees, because Kate is she, so she sees. Kate hardly ever sees her family. Her family. That's it. Now I think that we covered all the words. Kate hardly ever sees her family. That's it. Number 3. So we've got Saturdays never shopping on go, we. So on comes with Saturdays, that's clear. On Saturdays, time. And time words we use at the end of the sentence. Now we need to find the subject. So we is the subject. We. And we got verb, go. Go where? Go shopping. We go shopping. So never is the frequency adverb. So it comes before verb. So I think it's very clear now. We never, because we put before the verb, yeah? We never go shopping on Saturdays. Day names like Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, always capital, guys. You need to write capital. As you can see, S is capital here. So we never go shopping on Saturdays. Number 4, right? A, 2, I, dentists, yeah, go twice a day. So twice a year, that's very clear. Twice a year, and that is expression of frequency. That means we put it at the end of the sentence. So twice a year at the end of the sentence. And now I'm going to put subject first, which is I. And then I put verb, go. I go. I go where? I go to the dentists. How often? Twice a year. Let's do that. I go to the dentists. How often? Twice a year. Yes. I go to the dentist twice a year. Here you go. Number 5. In thy breakfast, sometimes bed have. So in thy breakfast, sometimes bed have. So we're going to start with they, and then sometimes comes before verb. Where is the verb? Verb is have. So we write the subject, and then before verb, I must use the adverb of frequency. So they sometimes have what? Have breakfast. Where? In bed. So we're going to put it just like that. Good. Now, number 6, usually car I, the, listen, the. We got to the, in radio 2. So I, there's a verb here, listen. So listen, it will be to the radio, listen to the radio. So I listen to the radio, but we got usually. So usually we put before verb. So I usually listen to the radio in the car, like in my car. So in the car, it means in my car. So we're going to write here, I usually, usually listen to the radio, not radio, radio. Yeah, it's a very common mistake. I usually listen to the radio in the car, right? In English, we say radio, not radio. In other languages, we say radio, but we need to be careful about that. I usually listen to the radio in the car. Radio has become old thing in a way. Number 7, in day park, every Alan the run. So Alan, and then verb, runs, because Alan is he. So he runs. Alan runs where? In the park. How often? Every day. So 7 is here. So Alan runs in the park every day. Alan runs in the park every day. Very good. 8, often late. Some is work for. So some is the subject. And then we got here is, guys, is. And if you remember, often, adverb of frequency, we use it after be, verb be. M is a. M is a, we use after it. Other verbs, we use before. As you can see here, look, sometimes we're using before have, right? Never, we're using before go. Hardly ever, we're using before cease. But if it's M is a, we use after it. So some is often late for work, right? Some is often late for work. Number 9, often John to go. So like go is the verb, often go. Often we use before verb, right? John is the subject. So we've got doesn't negative. So John doesn't often go to the theater, right? So number 9. So subject John, and then negative doesn't. Often we put before verb, often. Doesn't often go where? To the theater. John doesn't often go to the theater. 10, visit I once my mom. So it's very clear. Number 10, I we put verb. I visit where? My mom. I visit who? I visit my mom. I visit my mom. How often? Once a month. once a month. It means like one time a month. I visit my mom once a month. That's it. Now, in this way, we have finished the exercise, A and B part. We're going to stop the video here and we continue 1C in the next one. All right. So thanks for your time, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.